I want my own AI agent to work for me, automate stuff, maybe even make me coffee. Okay, maybe not coffee, but definitely for free. Before we get to building those amazing AI agents though, we have to get our workshop prepared. And that's exactly what we're doing today. That's right. Today, we're not just talking theory, we're getting hands-on. This video is all about setting up the essential groundwork on your Windows PC or Mac to run powerful automation and, down the line, some seriously cool AI agentic systems locally. We're talking Node.js and n8n, or some people they call it n8n, two key pieces of the puzzle. This is step one in taking control of your AI future. Now, you might be thinking, why bother installing stuff locally? Isn't everything in the cloud? And yes, cloud AI is powerful, but running things locally, especially for development and learning, it gives you some pretty incredible advantages. You get more privacy because your data doesn't always have to leave your machine. And speaking of keeping things on your machine, if your computer or laptop has one of those NPU chipsets, which we talked all about in a previous video, link for that is down in the description and probably popping up on the screen right now on top right of this video. That NPU will actually take over a lot of the AI processing. That means AI requests on your own device can be super smooth and efficient, often without even needing the cloud. Beyond that, running locally gives you more control over the whole setup and how things operate. And often, for tools like n8n, which some they call it n8n, running it yourself means no ongoing subscription fee for the core functionality, which is always nice. Plus, it's the perfect way to really understand how these systems work under the hood before you even think about deploying them on a large scale. So how do we start unlocking this local power with tools like Node.js? Let's figure it out. First up is Node.js. Think of Node.js as an engine that lets you run JavaScript code, the language of the web, directly on your computer, not just in a browser. A lot of modern development tools, including n8n, are built using it. So head over to nodejs.org. You'll see download options for different operating systems. We want the LTS version. LTS stands for long-term support. It's generally the most stable and recommended version. For Windows users, go ahead and download the Windows installer. For macOS users, download the macOS installer. Some Mac users comfortable with the command line, which is terminal in macOS. If you are one of them, you can install Node.js via Homebrew using brew install node. But the installer is straightforward for everyone, and I like to install it this way. You can install it however you like it, but once it's downloaded, run the installer. The process is pretty similar on both Windows and macOS. You will click through next or continue, accept the license agreement, choose the destination. The default is usually fine. For features, the defaults are good too. For Windows, there might be a box about installing necessary tools like Chocolately. For what we are doing today, you probably don't need to check that. Just hit install. For macOS, the macOS installer is very simple. Just keep clicking continue and then install. You might need to enter your Mac password or use your fancy fingerprint on the power key button. Apple is Apple and never change. Okay, Node.js should be installed. Sometimes it takes a minute or so for your system to fully register new installation. So give it a moment. But how do we check if it's working? This next part is the same for both Windows and Mac. On Windows, open up your command prompt, To make sure it has all the right permissions, search for CMD, short for command prompt, then right-click on command prompt and select Run as Administrator. On macOS, open up Terminal. You can find it in Applications, then Utilities, or just search for Terminal using Spotlight. Once your command line interface is open, type node space -v. That's node space -v, and hit enter, or on the Mac, hit return. npm is Node Package Manager. It gets installed with Node.js, and it's what we'll use it to install n8n or n8n. Seeing a version number there means we're golden on both systems. I want to know, was it your first time installing Node.js? Are you installing it on Mac or Windows? Let me know if it went smoothly below in the comments so I know if my video was helpful or not. Perfect. With Node.js ready, we can install our main tool for today, n8n. What is it? Think of n8n as your personal automation powerhouse. It lets you connect different apps and services together to create automated workflows visually using nodes. Installing n8n is super simple thanks to npm, and the command is exactly the same for both Windows and macOS. In your command prompt or terminal, you're going to type npm space install space -g space n8n. Let's break that down. npm install is the command to install a package. -g means install it globally on your system, so you can run it from anywhere. And n8n is, well, n8n. Hit enter or return on the Mac. This will download and install n8n. It might take a minute or two depending on your internet speed, so grab a sip of coffee. And there we go. If you don't see any scary red error message, n8n should be installed. But before we can actually use our local n8n, we need to create an account on the n8n website. This account is your key to log in, and this process is the same whether you're on Windows or Mac. Okay, this next step is absolutely essential, and it's the same for everyone. To use n8n, whether it's their cloud version or the local one we just installed, you need an account with n8n.io website. This is what you'll use for login. So head over to n8n.io and look for the Get Start button. It's usually in the top right. Click that and it'll take you to their sign up form. You'll need to fill this out. For this demonstration, I'll use Techyvahid as the full name. For the company email, we'll put techyvahid@gmail.com. This is the way that you can reach out to me too. And you'll use your own real email, of course, and then confirm it. Next, create a strong password, make it secure and something you'll remember. Of course, don't use your name 123 or name !23 or password 123. For account name, this can be something like Techyvahid or your preferred username. It's often used if you access their cloud services. Decide if you want their newsletter and then click the button that says Start Free 14 Trial or the equivalent to create your account. After that initial form, n8n will ask a few quick onboarding questions. First up, what team are you on? For what we are doing, building AI agents, something like engineering or IT and support makes sense, or just pick other. Click OK. Next, they'll ask about your company size. If you're doing this for personal projects, use I'm not using n8n for work, or the smallest option like less than 20 is perfectly fine. Click OK. Then a question about your technical comfort level. Which of these do you feel comfortable doing? With options like JavaScript, SQL, APIs, just pick what applies to you. If you're new to all this, it's totally fine to not select anything or just pick what seems most relevant. Click OK. They'll also ask, how did you hear about n8n? Since you're watching this video, you can go ahead and select YouTube or anything else. Click Submit. You might then see a screen about inviting team members. This is for collaboration. For now, if you're just setting this up for yourself, you can totally click Skip. And finally, you should land on a screen saying your workspace is ready. With a big Start Automating button, go ahead and click that Start Automating button. This will likely take you into their cloud n8n environment. At this point, also make sure to check your email inbox for verification link from n8n and click that to fully activate your account if you haven't already. Great. Your n8n.io account is now set up and verified. This is the account you'll use to log into your local n8n instance. Now, let's fire up this local n8n we installed. In your command prompt or terminal, for Windows users, again, it's best to run command prompt as administrator for this step if you can. Type n8n and hit enter. This command is the same for both Windows and Mac. You'll see the startup and give you that local web address again. Usually http://localhost:5678. Now you can press O on your keyboard to open the address or open your web browser and go to localhost:5678. Again, same step for everyone. And this time you should see the n8n login screen. Use the same email and password you just created for your n8n.io account to log in here. And boom, you're in. This is your local n8n instance running right on your computer, access with your n8n.io account. Pretty cool, right? You've got your blank canvas here. We're not going to build a complex workflow today, but just to show you it's working, you can just drag nodes out, connect them, and it's a visual way to build really powerful stuff. And this is the environment we'll use for our AI agent projects. Okay, one more cool thing. Right now, you have to open your command line and type n8n every time you want to start it. A bit annoying. Let's make it start automatically. On Windows, we'll use Task Scheduler. Click on Start and search for Task Scheduler and open it. On the right, click Create Basic Task. Name it n8n. For the trigger, choose when the computer starts. For action, select Start a Program. For program script, enter quotation, percentage, program files, percentage, /Node.js, /npx.cmd quotation. Make sure you type the codes. For add arguments, type n8n, click through finish, then find the n8n task in the library. Right click and then select properties. In General tab, check Run whether user is logged on or not, and also check with highest privileges. Click OK and enter your password if prompted. To test it now, right-click the task and select Run. On macOS, the common way to auto-start services is using launched, which involves creating a special configuration file called .plist. That's a bit more involved for a quick setup. A simpler alternative for keeping Node apps running is a tool called PM2. You can install it with npm using npm space install space PM2 space -g and then start n8n with PM2. For now, though, the easiest way is just to open terminal and type n8n whenever you need it, or look into PM2 or launch setup if you want it always on. We might cover PM2 in a future video if there's interest. And that's it for the setup. You've now got Node.js, n8n installed locally, and n8n.io account to log in, and options for auto starting. This setup is ready to act as our central hub for automation and very soon for orchestrating different AI services to create intelligent agents. You've built the foundation, so your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to get this setup running on your machine. If you run into any snags, drop a comment below. The community and I will try to help out. And if you're excited to see how we use this n8n setup to start building actual AI agent workflows, make sure you're subscribed, because in the next video, I'll show you exactly how to use the apps we installed today to create some really useful AI agents. For more on AI concepts and tools, check out the AI University playlist in the description below. What kind of AI agent would you want to build first? Let me know below in the comments. Okay, that's the groundwork laid for some serious local AI power. Thanks as always for watching and getting your hands dirty with this one. Until the next one, peace out.